Love Connection with me, Taj B, your international matchmaker and relationship consultant. It is still summertime, so I said, why not take it outdoors today? Isn't it? We need to be making the best of the weather. So each and every one of you, please keep that in mind. We don't have much left of summer, so enjoy it while you can. So you know why you're here. We came here to speak about blended families. So first of all, what is a blended family? You got kids or a kid, he got kids or a kid, and y'all are together now. You are a blended family, okay? So if you don't have kids, but they've got kids, you're not a blended family. If you've got kids or if they have kids, you don't have any, you're not a blended family. Both parties need to be parents and parents of children that you don't biologically share together. And bam, you find love with each other. You are now a blended family. So first off, you need to prioritize your relationship. Just because you're in a blended family doesn't mean that you can't put your relationship first, as with every other couple, as with every other marriage, as with every other relationship. Okay, so you are in good company. You are allowed to put your relationship first and prioritize your relationship and the love that has you together, the love that has brought you to decide that you should raise a blended family. This is real love, right? So you need to grow that love. You need to nurture that love. You need to do the best that you possibly can to ensure that that love thrives, okay? Because that's the whole reason the whole set of you guys are together in the first place. You've got kids, so even though you're prioritizing your relationship, you do have to remember to put your children first as well. Like, your children need to be feeling like they are utmost importance in your life, right? They shouldn't feel like they are shut out of your new life with you and your partner, or your relationship with your partner has nothing to do with them. No way, Jose, right? Your children should always feel like they have a listening ear from you. They can come to you at any time, that sort of thing. So you need to prioritize your children's needs. Remember that the kids are here. They're your children. They didn't ask you to come here, and now they're here. So you need to be taking care of them. You can't just try to ignore or act as if you're no longer a parent now that you're part of a blended family, or you feel like you need to be showing more love to the children of your partner than yours because you don't want to be showing favoritism. All of that, forget about that. At the end of the day, you need to prioritize your children as well. You have to always be sure that your children can be heard. Like, they feel like they have a voice in your family. Like, they feel like there is somebody on their side. So be cognizant of the fact if you feel like your child is losing their voice, which means like they don't have a say in the things that are happening in their home, or they can't speak on certain things that are going on because of how it may make certain members of your family feel. So try your best to curb that wherever and however you can. You need to set boundaries early and often. Yeah, because you're going to be always setting boundaries throughout your life and your relationship and as your family grows. So you need to be ready to do that, able to do that, willing to do that, because sometimes we know that boundaries need to be set, but we are not willing to be the ones to set these boundaries ourselves, or we don't want to talk about it, we don't want to deal with it, so on and so forth. So you need to know this is okay, that's not okay. The children need to know that, your partner needs to know that, right? Like, I can't do this or that with the kid because it's a trigger for me, or it's not something that I'm into, it's not something I like, it's not something that I do with even my own children, so I'm not willing to start this trend with yours, things like that. But whatever they may be, the children, how you want them to act or react, you need to set those boundaries right away, okay? Early. And keep doing them as your relationship grows, because your relationship will need it. Boundaries are important. If you are a longtime watcher of the Love Connection, then you saw our boundaries and your relationship episodes. So you know that all healthy relationships have boundaries. And if you're in a blended family, you're going to need that relationship to be as healthy as possible, right? And in order for that to happen, they are going to need some boundaries. Have some full family activities, like where the entire family is there, you, them, and all your kids, right? Like, everybody's babies are involved, and we're doing family activities, family functions often. So the children are used to the idea that we are a family unit together as one, and we're working towards one common goal, which is love and happiness for all, okay? So it shouldn't be that it's just date nights with you and your boo, or sometimes you're going to take your kid out. Sometimes they're going to take their kid out, and those are the family functions, or the two of you and your kids, or the two of you and their kids. No, we need the entire family involved, and you need to, as often as possible, be having full family functions, okay? Next, you've got to respect you need to get to know. Well, let's go over some activities. If you guys have any that you can do together, that would be fun for a blended family. And I guess it would be fun for any large family, right? And maybe the family isn't even that large. Maybe you have one child each. It's summertime, so we can go hiking. We can go camping. Camping as a family is always awesome. If you guys have any activities that you would like to chime in yourself, then put them in on the comment section, right? And type it in and tell us what it is that you would like to do with your family, what you consider a fun, full family activity. So you guys know me, I'm an outdoors girl, so obviously I'm going to be giving all the outdoor stuff like the picnicking, the hiking. There's a lot of sports places you can take the kids, like where they can jump around and bounce about all day long and have a great time. So, take your children there. Where else? You even just taking them for a walk, just in your neighborhood, in and around the place, having a chat, getting to know your children a little bit better. And listen, guys, don't exclude the teenagers. Don't let them off the hook. They are part of the family too. They need to be part of this bonding, and they need to be part of the family mantra. Like, we are working to grow together as a unit, right? So the teenagers are most likely going to want to be off to themselves a lot of the times. Don't allow them. Let them in on all the family fun activities. You need to get to know the other parents. Let's take a sip for that one, right? But you need to get to know the other parents, if they exist. A lot of them don't, We'll do a whole episode about these deadbeat parents later on. But today we're talking about the ones that are not deadbeats. They are very much in their children's lives. And now you have married their ex-spouse, and you are part of their children's lives too. So if you have not met him or her, shame on you. And it doesn't matter how long it's been, it's time for you to meet them, because they are raising children with you. It takes a whole village, and they're part of that whole village raising, right? So you want to know who they are, what their tics are, what are they into, what their likes and their dislikes are, whatever it may be, but definitely get to know them. Then when you get to know them, you need to respect the boundaries that the other parents have set as it comes to child rearing, okay? So they have boundaries as to how they want their kid to be raised. Then you definitely need to respect that. Understood? And maybe some things you might find that they are ridiculous or, crazy or like old school or something, or who deals with children this more. It doesn't matter what you feel, what you think. You need to respect the boundaries of the other parents. So if they say their kid needs to be in bed by 8 o'clock, the kid needs to be in bed by 8 o'clock. Even if your children are allowed to run wild until 1 a.m., that's your business. This parent, they are not in the home where their child is being raised, and they say 8 p.m. bedtime. That's what they have been raising their children with up to this point. You, madam, or you, sir, need to continue with an 8 p.m. bedtime. All right, that's just like a minor example. But at the end of the day, you need to respect the boundaries of the other parent if you want this whole blended family relationship to work, especially if you want it to work in a healthy way, right? Don't try to replace a parent that is already there. Keyword, already there, okay? So if they have a mom, you cannot be the mom too as well. You are their dad's wife, and you're maybe, some of us don't like the stepmom title, but you're not the mom. You cannot replace the mom. You cannot replace their dad. They already have a dad. There's somebody they go spend every other weekend with. This is their father. You are the more in the house. You're more with them. You feel like you more know them. You're more raising them. Sure. But you should never approach the situation seeking to be the father, be the mother. You cannot replace a parent that is already there. Even if you think that they're a garbage parent. Like if you think they're total junk and you're like, this child definitely deserves a better parent than you, it doesn't matter. That's not for you to say or do, right? Whatever parent they deserve is the parent they got. And you are now in their lives. You can spice up their life and make it so much better. But you're not going to make it worse by making a tug of war between you and the biological parent, because you want to make it clear from the jump that, hello, I am not here to replace anybody that's already here. I am a supportive role. I'm here to play my supportive role in the game. You know what I mean? And if the family, like if you, okay, because you know, we are an international show. We're hooking up people all over the world. You know, love has no boundaries, I'm always saying. Talking about that, I want to shout out my girl, Miss S in Jamaica. You know who you are. Hey, boo, I hope your weekend is going fabulously and famously well. I'm going to shout out you later. So anyhow, you know, we're an international show. We're an international world, you know, different races all over the place. So perhaps your blended family is made up of different races. You've got a multicultural family now that you've blended it up. You need to acknowledge that. You need to acknowledge whatever the cultural practices, you know, whatever it is your kids, your new kids, and your new family has going on. You need to respect that. So, you know, whether you be Jew or not, maybe you need to be sending some Hanukkah gifts over to the other parents, you know. You need to make sure that your children are observing whatever Hindu festivals they do because they are Hindu. Whether you be Catholic or you be whatever you are, at the end of the day, you need to respect the cultural and racial differences that your new family may or may not have, okay? And it's the same that they should be willing and able to respect your own too as well. And if here's a, you know, put this in your notes that you guys are writing, put a star next to this one. If you're going to be with someone and they don't view your children as their responsibility, as their, you know, it is their role to guide these children, this is not the one. This is not the person that you should be with. You are doing an injustice to yourself and to your children if you're willing to continue a relationship with a person who is not willing to love your children, who is not willing to treat their children with the responsibility and the respect that they would treat their own. No. And you don't start thinking, oh, I can't force anybody to love my kids or whatever. That's not the point here. The point is that somebody saw you as a parent. They know that you are a parent. They want to love you, but they want to not love your children? Absolutely not. This is not okay, guys. And this has underlying sinister consequences to it. Believe it or not, but it actually does. So in order to have the safety for your family, safety for yourself, and remember, like I always tell you guys, my audience, you know, my viewers, ooh, look at me. Like I always tell my viewers, guys, listen, you need to be protecting your mental and emotional health at all costs in terms of your relationship and in terms of your family affairs. It doesn't matter what it is or who you're dealing with. So you are in charge of your child. It is your job to protect the emotional, physical, and mental health of your child. And being in a prolonged relationship with somebody who does not view your child as their responsibility, as their own, as, you know, this is not good. No. And you should not condone that. So put that in your pipe, guys, and smoke it. You don't want to be with anybody who doesn't want to be with kids, all right? Remember that you're building and nurturing your partner's relationship is as important as building your family bond. So it is important that you have a bond with the kids, that the kids have a bond with you, that they have a bond with your kids. Everybody's getting along with everybody. You like the biological parents, you know, they like you, blah, blah, blah. That is very important. But your relationship and nurturing your relationship and nurturing the bond that you two have is just as important as nurturing the family bond. Understood, guys? So no one is more important than the other, right? Like, because if it was not for the love and the relationship that you are in, none of you would be here in the first place. These children wouldn't have no new lady to be talking to or a new dad to be hanging out with, right? None of these things would be happening. None of these things would exist if it was not for the love that you guys share. So nurture that love at all costs, okay? And you want to pay attention to the dynamic between children. Yeah, because sometimes as parents, we're a little bit aloof to the situation of what's going on with our kids, how they're interacting with each other, how they feel about each other, that sort of thing. Sometimes they're kind of off to their own quarters a lot of the time, specifically depending on their age. And you need to be wary of the relationship between y'all's children, how they act with each other. What, you know, like the bigger ones, are they kind to the little tiny ones? You know, do they like them? Are they friendly to them? Because you may have a situation on your hand where your child or their child is being bullied in your own home, and they feel like they don't have a voice to speak on that because you're part of a blended family. They want to upset you. They want to ruin a situation that you're in, whatever it might be. And so your child is just suffering in silence. So you need to be paying very close attention to the family dynamic and the relationship between the kids in your family, in your household, okay? You want to ensure that the kids feel as much part of what's going on as anyone else. I mean, yeah, they're children, so they're not here to make the decisions for us. They don't need to be all up in anything. But big family decisions, they need to feel like they have a voice, like they are part of it, and they are part of the family unit. So you guys are moving, don't just bring it on the children at the last moment. Oh yeah, by the way, pack your bag. You're not going back to that old school again that you were going to in September. We're going to a new school. No. Talk to the children about it. Let them feel as if they too are part of your decision making. They too are part of your plans. You know, they are very much part of the unit. You want them to feel like this couldn't happen without you. Like this couldn't be going on without you. Because children sometimes have it in their mind that, you know, now that they found a new husband, she's just happy with her new man and she doesn't want me ruining it or messing it up with my naughty behavior or whatever. So let me just slink off to the side and, you know, let TV and internet just, you know, soothe my broken heart. Whatever it is these kids feel. But they have these emotional issues. They feel these ways. So you want to prevent that wherever you can. And the best way to do that is to ensure that your children feel part of the discussion, part of the planning, part of the decision-making process, okay? Get their opinion on the big stuff, on moving, on school, on big purchases, you know, that sort of thing. You don't want to be a doormat. It's very easy to end up a doormat in a blended family. It's the truth, and I'm speaking it because I'm here to talk the truth. So, who vex? But when you are in a blended family, it's very easy to become a doormat. It doesn't matter who you are, child, parent, whatever. And you want to try your best to ensure that that does not happen to you. Because there's one thing. Once you have become the family doormat, okay? You are there at the door. They've wiped their foot on you 1,101 times. It is very hard then to pick. Tell me if it's not true, guys. It's very hard to then pick up that mat and wash it off and say that you're going to put it in the dining room or in the living room. Nah. Once a doormat, usually always a doormat. So you want to kill that, nip that in the bud wherever possible. Speak up. Let your true feelings be heard. You know, be honest about how you truly feel, what's really going on in your heart and in your soul. You might hurt some feelings, but at least at the end of the day, you're not killing your soul and your fire. You're not becoming a doormat. You're not showing your children that you're willing to be a doormat for somebody else. You're not setting that example for them. Everything works out better in the end. No one has to choose sides at all in a blended family. So you want to make that very clear. Nobody has to be on anybody's side. We are one. We are one big family. I might not agree with you. You might not agree with me. I may have upset you. You may have upset me, or I didn't like the way you talked to her or whatever. But at the end of the day, none of us are choosing sides. We are all one. So try to have that as a practice in your own home and in your blended family that you are trying to raise. You want to do date nights, guys, couples, mummies, and daddies. You want to be doing your date nights. Date nights are very important. They are actually integral to our relationship health. You guys can quote that if you want. So we want to make sure that we're making time for each other. We're making time for our love. We're making time for our relationship. And take some nights away. Take some nights apart. Take some nights away from the children. Let them have a babysitter if they're little tiny ones. Call on some family support. And that's a very good use for those other parents, right? Send them off to the dad or the mom, and you and your boo boogie down for the night, right? Next, and very important here, like super, super important. And it's so important that it wraps up my do's and don'ts and my ideas and such on blended families and how to make them work. You are going to need to have, what do you guys think I'm going to say? You're going to need to have some thick skin, guys. Yep. Not everything is something against you. Not everything is meant to hurt your feelings. And sometimes children, you got to accept, just really want their parents to get back together. And that doesn't mean that they don't like you. And that doesn't mean that they don't enjoy the fact that you are in their lives. That just means that they're children and their parents are divorced, their parents are separated. Or, you know, they never did have this parent and now they have it and they don't know how to act. Like, you know what I mean? So you need to know that you need to have a thick skin. You can't be getting upset, having your feelings hurt every time the kids say something offensive, do something upsetting, if your partner makes a little comment about something about your kid, you can't decide that it's time for a divorce because, why they picking on your kid and not picking on theirs. None of that. You need to have thick skin. So before you react, you want to take some time, sit, breathe. What I like to do is breathe, give it at least 30 minutes. Do I still feel this way? Do I still need to say what I plan to say before, Catch yourself before you send those angry texts, you know what I mean? Like maybe they upset you earlier and now you're looking to text off their skin with 100 things about how you feel. Now is not the time for that. Just let it go. You don't have to actually let everything go, but you got to get your armor on. You got to accept that certain things are going to hurt your feelings. There's going to be certain slights of the way, whatever. And you just got to roll with the punches. So if you guys have any pointers, any tips, any hints, whatever, as to how to make a blended family work, chime in here in the comments. If you're watching us on YouTube, I want you to hit that subscribe button and ding that bell so you always know when the Love Connection is on and popping. And remember, I am always here for all your advice, all your relationship and family questions, because I am the Love Consultant, right? And you can find me on any of our social media pages. You can hit me up on Twitter at Love Connect TV. You can find me on Instagram at The Love Connection Show. We're here on Facebook live and direct every Friday after 7 p.m. And that is at The Love Connection TV. And last but not least, you know what our YouTube channel is. It is The Love Connection with Taj B, because there are many love connections, but there is only one Taj, and that is me. You guys like this? Ooh, how lovely is this, eh? How darling do I look today? I'm so happy to be a Miss Seago doll, because that's what I am, because I'm always from head to toe in Miss Seago, and when I'm not wearing their clothes, I go straight to them to get styled, because they styled me today. You guys like this? Ooh. It's like this. Ooh, cute, right? And you can check them out on any of their social media pages. They are on Facebook, they are on Twitter, and they are on Instagram. And that is MASEGO Boutique. And always, if you're having a party and if you're having an event, if you want to look fly, if you want to look splashy, you want to look amazing, then you want to go directly to the people at PRF Events, because they specialize in making each and every one of us look like a member of the royal family. So if you want to look like a member of the royal family on, a different kind of budget, then definitely go to PRF Events, because they pay attention to every single detail, and you can be guaranteed that all your guests will be speaking about your event for literally years to come. So guys, that was a wrap on our blended family section. Again, like I always say, if you want to chime in, then you put it in the comment section. Now it is time, guys, for the match of the week. And what is the match of the week, guys? Every week, I am featuring a potential husband or a potential wife, and you should pick up your ears and listen, because I may be speaking about your future, right? It may be your future that I'm talking about here, guys. So listen up, because where else are you going to get a fly lady coming to you live and direct every Friday to give you a new and potential boo just for you? Only here on the Love Connection, that's where. So let's get right into it. Shall we start with women or shall we start with men? We shall start with women. Ooh, congratulations, women. It is your lucky day. I suggest you guys go out and buy some scratch cards. Forget about the lottery ticket. Go straight to the cards. So here we go, guys. Men, listen. She may be yours. She's Jamaican. She's beautiful. She's ambitious. She's entertaining. She's quirky. She's intelligent. And she is seeking her king, who should be charming, independent, culturally aware, a professional. She is a professional as well. So she's looking somebody to build her life with. She would like a change of pace. Maybe not. It's up to you. So if you are the guy, you're based in Jamaica, maybe. But maybe you're not, most likely. So we're looking for culturally aware men, readers, thinkers, guys who have opinions, who can debate on a topic, a multitude of topics. If this sounds like you, then I am looking for you too. So holler at me at the Love Connect TV so I can hook you up. So that is it for the women, and it is time for the male match of the week. Ready, guys? I'm sorry, but ready, ladies, because this is for the ladies. Ready, ladies? So he is a 54-year-old gentleman and he is seeking someone of his age. He he is of Italian background and he's based right here in the lovely Canada. He's open to new things. He has one adult son only. He wants to share his love and his life with that special lady. He is an insurance broker with his own brokerage. So if this sounds like somebody that you would be interested in, I know you're just like, what is he looking for? He's looking for love, ladies. He wants you from any background, any age, land. If you live anywhere, it doesn't matter. If you want him to relocate, he's down for that. But he's just looking for somebody to spend the rest of his life with. And he wants you to show him, come show him, what is there out there? What's there to taste on the taste table? So that's that, guys, for the match of the week. Now it is time for the Dear Taj moment. And what is the Dear Taj moment? So if you have any love or relationship questions, you send them to me and I will do my best to answer them right here. And if you would like me to answer them live on air, then you write answer on air when you send it in. And like I said, you can find me on any of the social media pages and I answer every Dear Taj question personally. So don't worry, your info is not going to be out there in the wild web. Ready, guys? So here we go. Dear Taj, I'm in love with my woman and she is from the Dominican. She lives there. I've been there a couple times. Her family is nice to me. She and I have a good time, but my family and friends say she's using me because I send her money and they say she just wants to come to the USA. Does this type of thing usually work out? What do you think, Taj? Signed, Eric. Hey, Eric. Thanks for writing your Dear Taj letter. I'm going to try my best to answer. Hopefully, I do a good job. So, Eric, first of all, to your family, do they own USA? Like, what is this? She's using you to come to the States. Everybody is coming in. Like, people migrate for different reasons. And unless your family, Eric, is of Native Indian descent, they too came to the States somehow, right? But not that anybody should be using anybody as a means of passage and a means of migration. It is wrong, and Taj is very much against that. Does this work? Well, Eric, you're watching The Love Connection. It is an international matchmaking show. It does work, baby. We have people matching up, being in long-distance relationships, and going on to live very happy and fruitful lives, right? I myself started from a long distance relationship and I am very happy still today married to my king. So it works for some of us and I know also it doesn't work for some. So you need to see if she's using you, sure. And the way to do that is let her know that you can't send certain money at certain times and see what happens. See how she reacts, okay? Pop up on her, surprise visit. She's your woman, so you could surprise visit her, right? So pop up your next trip, tell her that you're coming at this certain time, but then go at a different time. So then you could be able to catch her off guard, see what's going on. It's just the world that we live in. We got to sneak up and spy on our partners. It's unfortunate, but it's a consequence of this modern love, right? Like, so it goes, people. What else? I guess you would just have to put your family at ease that you know the person that you love. You know why you're in love with them. But put her through some tests. I'm sorry if she's watching this and she's just like, what the hell is Taj talking about? But it's the truth, right? You're going to put her through a couple tests. Act a little broke. Show up on, surprise. And see what's up. Have somebody call her from another phone. See if she gives them the time of day. All that kind of stuff. But definitely put her through a test. And then when you get your proper evidence that, my woman is just for me and only me, and she ain't using me for whatever I can give her. She's just using me for the good loving that I have just for she, right? Then you take that to your family and be like, in your face. And you tell them, I have all the proof that I need. My woman is for me. So I hope that answers your question. Yes, it does work out. Yes, sometimes it does not work out. Sometimes you can get really hurt in these situations and you are being used, Not that you are particularly being used, Eric. Sometimes people are being used, right? But the best way is just follow your heart, man. Follow your heart and put her through some tests. So if that didn't help, you write me back and we shall gist some more. So that was that for the Dear Taj segment, guys. And now it is time for the misconnection section. And you know that it is time for the misconnection section whenever you hear you're looking for in your eyes. I love that. Whenever you hear Mr. Richie's voice, you know it's time for the misconnection section. And what is a misconnection section, guys? So if you met somebody very briefly and you thought, ooh, I think that I can have a good life with this person, but you didn't get their contact information, they didn't get yours, but you can't get them out of your mind, then you write me and I will try my best to find them. And I've already found one, so there's no reason why I can't find more. Ready, guys? This one comes out of Brampton, Ontario, the hometown of Tristan Thompson of the Cleveland Cavaliers. How cool. So, Brampton, now you guys have a name for yourself. Well, you have two names for yourself. You're his hometown, and you also got shouted out on the Love Connection. Oh. All right, guys. So this one comes out of Brampton, Ontario. So you were at the Bramley Mall and you were walking through the food court with two girls that look like you. So they look just like her, but you still singled her out. Points for you. You guys are Indian and you were the tallest one with your hair out, wearing your hair out. Okay, I guess your hair out. It was in a ponytail. It was not in a ponytail. You're wearing a white top and jeans with a long necklace. You look like an angel. Aw. I just didn't know how to stop you. Would like to get to know you. Hope you're single. Kuljit with a H. Okay, Kuljit. So, that's a long shot, in Brampton. Indian girl with her hair out. But I'm going to try because that's what I'm here for. So, let's see. We're looking for an Indian girl who was walking with two possibly family members, because according to Kuljit, you look just like them. But you were the one that stood out. You were the tallest, but that was not the only reason you stood out, because you also looked like an angel. And your hair was out. You're wearing a white top and jeans. Jeans of no color, he didn't say. And you're wearing a long necklace. So if anybody remembers this incident, if you yourself are the young lady who was in the Bramley Mall, it doesn't say when. And a guy was looking at you in the food court, but he didn't stop you. So hopefully you recognized him and you would have any idea what he's talking about or what this is about. And if you do, then contact me and let me try to connect you to star-crossed lovers. So that is that, guys, for the misconnection section. Now it is time for the lover shout-outs. And what is a lover shout-out, guys? Well, if you want to shout out your lover, let them know how special they are to you. Then you do it right here, and I will say it on air, live and direct on every Friday. So ready, guys? This one is from J-Dog. For my shorty. She lit as F. She make me grind harder every day. She fine as hell, and I want the world to know she mine. Her name is Talia. All right, Talia, your man, J-Dog, thinks the world of you, and he believes you're so fine, you're so lovely, and he wants the whole world to know that you are the reason why he's grinding harder every day. Nice. This one comes from Amos. No, sorry. This one is for Amos. So Amos is the only man I'll ever need. He is truly my knight. Thanks for treating me like a real princess. Reese. And that one is from Facebook. So Reese off Facebook for her man Amos. Loves him so much, and she's so happy that you have treated her like a real princess. Aww. So that's that, guys, for today. That was our blended family episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are taking some time to enjoy this good weather while it's still here, because we're going to be mourning it while it's gone, right? And before I go, as always, let me leave you with Taj's thought of the day. In a relationship, remember, you are not the only one putting up with somebody and their antics here. Somebody is also putting up with you. You have your own quirks. You have your own, dislikable behavior. You have your sort of, things about you, and somebody is putting up with you. So don't ever sit around thinking, what do I have to go through? What do I have to deal with? What's happening with me, 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 me? Because remember, somebody is sitting down thinking, oh, man, this person sure is a lot of work, but I love them though, right? So always remember, in a relationship, you are not the only one putting up with somebody's behavior and their antics. Thanks, guys, for tuning into the show. Thanks for watching. Remember, hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit that follow. And I'm going to be playing a song, but this one is from our producer. She's playing a track. And if you know what the song is and you recognize it, then I want you to type it in the comments, and I have a prize for you. Or you can send me the answer on our social media pages. Thanks, guys, and enjoy. Listen up to the track. Is it familiar?